Ecuador, a country that may seem small on a world map, holds within its borders a richness of life that is almost beyond belief. Its very name, which means equator in Spanish, hints at its location in the heart of the tropics, a region known for its vibrant ecosystems. But it is the sheer variety of landscapes packed into this compact nation that makes it one of the most biodiverse places on Earth. Within a single day's journey, one can travel from the humid, sprawling lowlands of the Amazon rainforest up through the cool, misty cloud forests to the windswept, high-altitude grasslands near the peaks of snow-capped volcanoes. And far off its coast lie the legendary Galapagos Islands, a world unto themselves. This incredible tapestry of environments has allowed for an explosion of life in countless forms. Each of these distinct realms presents its own unique set of challenges and opportunities for the creatures and plants that live there. Life must adapt to thrive, whether it is in the perpetual twilight of the forest floor, the thin air of the mountains, or the strong currents of a rushing river. The result is a showcase of evolution in action, with species developing remarkable strategies to survive and flourish. From the smallest hummingbird to the largest scavenger, every living thing is a masterpiece of adaptation, a testament to the power of nature to innovate. Ecuador is not just a country, it is a living laboratory, a mosaic of interconnected worlds, each humming with its own unique pulse of life. This extraordinary diversity is made possible by the dramatic geography of the nation. The colossal Andes mountain range acts as a great spine running down the country's center, creating a massive barrier that influences weather patterns on a continental scale. To the east, moisture-laden air from the Atlantic Ocean gets trapped, feeding the immense Amazon basin with constant rain and humidity. To the west, the mountains slope down more steeply towards the Pacific Ocean, creating a different set of climates and habitats. This geological drama, with its towering peaks and deep valleys, has created countless isolated pockets where life has been able to evolve in unique and wonderful ways over millions of years. As we journey through this remarkable land, we will explore these distinct worlds, one by one. We will delve into the secrets of the Amazon, climb into the breathtaking heights of the Andes, and meet the incredible animals and plants that call these places home. We will witness their fascinating behaviors, understand their struggles for survival, and learn how each is perfectly suited to its environment. This exploration is more than just a tour of a beautiful country. It is a journey into the very heart of biodiversity and a reminder of the intricate, fragile web of life that connects everything on our planet. In the dense underbrush of the Amazon, the elusive jaguar prowls, its powerful muscles rippling beneath its spotted coat, a silent predator in a world of green. High above in the cloud forests, mist swirls around the treetops, creating an ethereal landscape where orchids and bromeliads cling to ancient trees. Here, the tiny hummingbird flits from flower to flower, its wings a blur of motion as it feeds on the nectar that sustains its high-energy lifestyle. In the high-altitude grasslands near the snow-capped peaks of the Andes, the majestic condor soars, riding the thermals with effortless grace. On the Galapagos Islands, the giant tortoise moves with deliberate slowness, a living relic of a time long past. The Amazon River, a lifeline of the rainforest, winds its way through the dense foliage, its waters teeming with life. On the forest floor, the poison dart frog displays its vibrant colors, a warning to predators of its toxic skin. Along the coast, the mangroves are alive with the calls of countless birds, each species adapted to this unique environment. In the cloud forests, the spectacled bear forages for food, its distinctive markings setting it apart from other creatures. The Andes, with their dramatic lighting and rugged terrain, stand as a testament to the geological forces that have shaped this land. In the clear mountain streams, the playful river otter darts and dives, a master of its aquatic domain. Above the Amazon canopy, sunlight filters through the leaves, creating a dappled pattern of light and shadow on the forest floor. A tree frog clings to a leaf, its wide eyes alert for both prey and predators in this lush green world. The Galapagos coastline, where waves crash against the rocks, is a place of constant change and adaptation. Here, the marine iguana basks on the rocks, its dark skin absorbing the sun's warmth, a perfect adaptation to its environment. The Amazon basin, with its rivers snaking through the dense forest, is a world of water and life, a testament to the power of nature to create and sustain. In the rainforest, the toucan's colourful beak stands out against the green foliage, a striking example of nature's creativity. The Andes, with clouds casting shadows on the mountains, create a landscape of ever-changing light and shadow, a place of breathtaking beauty. In the Amazon, a butterfly's wings are a riot of colour, a fleeting moment of beauty in the vast expanse of green. The Galapagos Islands, surrounded by clear blue waters, are a world unto themselves, a place where evolution has taken a unique path. The blue-footed booby, with its bright blue feet, is a symbol of the unique and wonderful adaptations that have evolved in this isolated archipelago. The Amazon rainforest, with mist rising from the trees, is a place of mystery and wonder, a world where life thrives in countless forms. The sloth, moving slowly through the canopy, is a master of energy conservation, perfectly adapted to its arboreal lifestyle. The Andes, with their snow-capped peaks and deep valleys, are a place of extremes, where life has found a way to thrive in the harshest of conditions. In the high-altitude grasslands, the llama grazes, its thick coat protecting it from the cold and wind. The Amazon River, with its tributaries branching out into the forest, is a lifeline for countless species, a network of water and life. The jaguarundi, with its sleek body, moves silently through the underbrush, a stealthy predator in the dense forest. The Galapagos Islands, with their volcanic landscapes and clear blue waters, are a place of stark contrasts and unique beauty. The marine iguana, swimming gracefully through the ocean, is a perfect example of adaptation, a creature perfectly suited to its environment. The Amazon rainforest, with rivers winding through the dense foliage, is a world of water and life, a testament to the power of nature to create and sustain. In the rainforest, the toucan's colourful beak stands out against the green foliage, a striking example of nature's creativity. The Andes, with clouds casting shadows on the mountains, create a landscape of ever-changing light and shadow, a place of breathtaking beauty. In the Amazon, a butterfly's wings are a riot of colour, a fleeting moment of beauty in the vast expanse of green. The Galapagos Islands, surrounded by clear blue waters, are in the far east of Ecuador. The Amazon unfurls in a breathtaking tapestry of green, a living mosaic that stretches beyond the horizon. Here, the rainforest is not merely a collection of trees, but a vast, breathing organism, its every inch teeming with life, its every moment a testament to nature's ingenuity. The diversity of plant life is staggering. Towering ceibo and kapok trees rise like ancient pillars, their trunks wrapped in lianas and vines. Beneath their immense canopies, a profusion of palms, ferns, and bromeliads crowd the understory, each adapted to capture the faintest glimmer of sunlight that filters through the dense foliage above. The forest floor is a world in perpetual motion. Here, the cycle of life and death is unending. Fallen leaves and branches decompose rapidly, nourishing the soil and fueling the explosive growth above. Fungi, from delicate cup shapes to vast networks of mycelium, break down organic matter, releasing nutrients that sustain the towering giants overhead. This region, especially within the boundaries of Yasuní National Park, is recognized as one of the most biodiverse places on Earth. During the Ice Ages, it served as a sanctuary for countless species, allowing life to persist and diversify while much of the world lay frozen. The rainforest is a world of layers. In the lofty canopy, spider monkeys leap from branch to branch, their prehensile tails acting as a fifth limb. Toucans, with their oversized, colorful bills, pluck fruit from the treetops, their calls echoing through the leaves. In the shadowy understory, jaguars move with silent grace, their rosetted coats blending seamlessly with dappled light. Tapirs, the rainforest's gardeners, browse on low-hanging leaves, dispersing seeds as they wander. On the forest floor, armies of leaf-cutter ants march in endless columns, carrying fragments of leaves to their subterranean nests, where they cultivate fungus for food. Water is the lifeblood of this ecosystem. Torrential rains fall almost daily, drenching the forest and feeding countless streams and rivers. These waterways carve through the landscape, creating a labyrinth of channels that nurture aquatic plants and provide habitat for caimans, river dolphins, and schools of neon tetras. Despite the abundance of life, the soil itself is surprisingly poor in nutrients. The secret to the forest's vitality lies in the rapid recycling of organic matter. Every fallen leaf, every decaying log is swiftly broken down and reabsorbed, ensuring that nutrients are constantly available for new growth. This intricate web of life is held together by countless interactions. Bromeliads collect rainwater in their leaf cups, creating miniature ponds where poison dart frogs lay their eggs. Army ants on the move flush out insects, which are quickly snatched up by opportunistic birds like antbirds and woodcreepers. Competition and cooperation shape every moment. Giant kapok trees anchor themselves with massive buttress roots, stabilizing the soil and providing shelter for bats, snakes, and countless insects. Epiphytic orchids and bromeliads cling to high branches, drawing moisture from the air and offering nectar to hummingbirds and bees. Orchids, some so tiny they are barely visible, bloom in the filtered light, their intricate flowers pollinated by specialized bees. Bromeliads, with their rosettes of spiny leaves, trap water and shelter tadpoles, insects, and even small snakes. The air is alive with sound. Howler monkeys announce their presence with deep, resonant calls that travel for miles. Insects, from cicadas to katydids, create a constant chorus, their rhythms rising and falling with the heat of the day. Hidden among the leaves, birds like the screaming piha and the tinamou add their own melodies, while the rustle of unseen creatures in the undergrowth hints at the secret lives unfolding just out of sight. Every sense is engaged in this living cathedral. The scent of wet earth and blooming flowers, the play of light and shadow, the endless variety of textures and colors, all combine to create a world of profound mystery and beauty. In the Amazon's lush embrace, every moment is a discovery, every encounter a glimpse into the extraordinary complexity of life. Beneath the emerald canopy of the Amazon, life unfolds in a tapestry of astonishing complexity. Every inch of this rainforest pulses with hidden dramas, ingenious survival strategies, and breathtaking adaptations, each more remarkable than the last. Take, for example, the scarlet macaw, a living jewel whose feathers blaze like fire against the green. These birds are not just beautiful, they are masters of social communication, their raucous calls echoing for miles as they maintain bonds within their flock. At dawn, flocks of macaws descend upon exposed riverbanks, transforming the clay licks into vibrant, chattering gatherings. Here, the birds perform a ritual as old as the forest itself. They consume the mineral-rich clay, a behavior that unlocks the rainforest's bounty. The clay binds to toxins found in unripe fruits and seeds, neutralizing them and allowing the macaws to feast on foods that would poison other creatures. This dietary adaptation is a delicate dance with the plants themselves, which arm their fruits with chemical defenses. The macaw's solution is both elegant and essential, a testament to the intricate web of life here. Young macaws learn this behavior by watching their elders, passing down knowledge through generations, a living tradition that ensures their survival in a world of constant change. In the treetops, macaw families nurture their chicks, teaching them the secrets of the forest, from the safest roosts to the ripest fruits. Along the river's edge, the huatzin perches, a bird so ancient it seems to have stepped out of another era. Its spiky crest and blue face give it a primeval appearance, but its true wonder lies within. The huatzin's digestive system is a marvel of evolution. Unlike any other bird, It ferments leaves in a specialized crop, much like a cow's rumen, using bacteria to break down tough plant fibers. This unique adaptation allows the huatzin to thrive on a diet of leaves that most birds cannot digest, carving out a niche where few competitors exist. The fermentation process produces a pungent odor, earning the huatzin the nickname stink bird. This scent, however, is its shield, making the bird unappealing to predators and ensuring its continued survival. After feeding, the huatzin rests, its crop swollen with fermenting leaves, a living relic of evolutionary ingenuity. Even the young huatzin possess claws on their wings, allowing them to clamber through branches and escape danger, a fleeting glimpse of their dinosaur ancestry. Intelligence is a prized asset in the rainforest, and few display it better than the white-fronted capuchin monkey. These agile primates navigate the treetops with astonishing dexterity, their sharp eyes constantly scanning for opportunity and threat alike. Capuchins are among the few New World monkeys to use tools. With practiced skill, they select stones to crack open the hardest nuts, revealing the rich kernels within, a feat that requires both patience and problem-solving. Their societies are complex, with hierarchies and alliances shifting as individuals vie for status. Cooperation is key. Capuchins groom one another, share food, and issue alarm calls to warn of lurking predators. Trailing in their wake, squirrel monkeys form mixed-species troops, capitalizing on the capuchin's vigilance and foraging prowess. These nimble monkeys dart through the branches, snatching insects and fruit, their keen ears tuned to the capuchin's warnings, a living example of interspecies cooperation. As dusk falls, the rainforest transforms, shadows deepen, and a new cast of characters emerges to claim the night. The air fills with the calls of nocturnal hunters and the rustle of unseen wings. The forest's secret life is just beginning. The Spix's night monkey, with its enormous, luminous eyes, is perfectly attuned to the darkness. Its vision gathers every glimmer of moonlight, allowing it to leap silently from branch to branch. While other primates sleep, the night monkey hunts for insects and ripe fruit, its world painted in shades of silver and shadow. On the forest floor, the whip spider glides over the leaf litter, its spindly legs probing the darkness. Despite its fearsome appearance, a blend of spider and scorpion, it is harmless to humans, relying on stealth rather than venom. Its elongated front legs act as sensitive antennae, sweeping the ground for the faintest tremor of prey. In the silent hours, it becomes a ghostly hunter, perfectly adapted to the rainforest's nocturnal world. Above, the branches are crowded with epiphytes, plants that cling to trunks and limbs, drawing moisture from the humid air. Bromeliads form miniature pools, sheltering dart frogs and insect larvae, creating entire worlds within a single plant. On the ground, armies of leafcutter ants march in endless columns, each ant carrying a fragment of leaf many times its own weight. These leaves are not for food, but to cultivate fungus deep within their underground nests, a sophisticated form of agriculture practiced for millions of years. Even the flowers have secrets. The heliconia's vivid blooms are shaped to fit the beaks of hummingbirds, ensuring that only these tiny, iridescent visitors can reach the nectar, while dusting their heads with pollen to carry to the next blossom. In every layer of the rainforest, from the shadowy floor to the sunlit canopy, life has found a way to thrive. Here, adaptation is the rule, and every creature and plant is a testament to the rainforest's boundless ingenuity and wonder. Leaving the Amazon behind, we begin our ascent into a completely different realm, the towering Andes Mountains, where the world transforms not just horizontally but vertically in ways that are both dramatic and profound. This immense mountain range, one of the longest on Earth, forms the backbone of Ecuador, slicing the country in two and creating a natural corridor of elevation that shapes every living thing within its reach. The transition is abrupt. In a matter of hours, the dense emerald canopy of the rainforest gives way to steep, mist-shrouded slopes, and the air itself seems to change, cooler, thinner, and charged with the scent of moss and stone. As we climb, the hot, humid air of the lowlands is replaced by crisp mountain breezes. Each breath carries the freshness of high altitude, and the vegetation shifts in response to the new climate. The dense rainforest thins, replaced by montane forests, and then by open grasslands known as páramo, where tufts of golden grasses sway beneath a sky that feels impossibly close. This vertical journey is like traveling through a series of worlds stacked atop one another. Each layer or ecological zone is defined by its own climate, its own community of plants and animals, and its own unique challenges. The altitude is the architect here, dictating temperature, rainfall, and the very fabric of life. The Andes are a land of fire and ice, where ancient volcanoes rise above the clouds, their slopes etched with glaciers, and their summits dusted with snow. Volcanoes like Cotopaxi and Chimborazo pierce the sky, their perfect cones capped with brilliant white glaciers, even as they sit almost directly on the equator. These peaks, soaring over 6,000 meters, exist in a world of perpetual ice, their frozen summits feeding rivers that sustain life far below. The Andes are the source of countless rivers, their meltwaters flowing east to the Amazon and west to the Pacific, nourishing entire ecosystems along the way. These rivers carve deep valleys and create a patchwork of habitats, each one shaped by the altitude and the flow of water. The Andes are a living staircase, with habitats stacked one above the other. At the base, the lush cloud forests thrive in perpetual mist. The cloud forest is a world of constant moisture, where clouds drift in from the Amazon basin, enveloping the trees in a cool, nourishing fog. Here, the canopy is alive with the calls of tanagers and toucans, and the branches are draped with mosses and ferns, all thriving in the damp embrace of the clouds. Epiphytes, plants that grow on other plants, are everywhere. Orchids, bromeliads, and mosses cling to every available surface, their roots drawing moisture from the air. These epiphytes are not parasites. They simply use the trees as platforms, creating a multi-layered world where sunlight, water, and nutrients are fiercely contested. The result is a hanging garden, where every branch and trunk is festooned with life. Tiny glass frogs hide among the bromeliads, while hummingbirds dart between orchid blooms, feeding on nectar and pollinating flowers in the process. Higher still, the forest gives way to the páramo, a windswept grassland unique to the high Andes. Here, the landscape is open and exposed, dominated by tough grasses and cushion plants that can survive freezing nights and intense sunlight. The páramo is home to unique species like the Andean condor, soaring on thermals above the grasslands, and the spectacled bear, foraging for roots and berries among the tussocks. Each layer of this vertical world is a stage for unique interactions. In the cloud forest, army ants march in columns, flushing out insects for birds that follow in their wake. In the páramo, hummingbirds with specialized bills pollinate rare flowers adapted to the cold. Over millennia, the rising mountains have isolated populations, allowing plants and animals to evolve independently in different valleys and at different altitudes. This has led to an astonishing number of endemic species, creatures found nowhere else on Earth, each one a testament to the power of isolation and adaptation. As we journey from the foothills to the snowy peaks, we witness a living tapestry of life, woven from countless threads of adaptation, competition, and cooperation. The Andes are not merely a barrier of stone and ice, they are a dynamic, living world, where the story of evolution is written in every leaf, every feather, and every drop of mist. Section 5. Life in the cloud forests and swift rivers. Shrouded in perpetual mist, Ecuador's cloud forests are a world suspended between earth and sky. Here, moisture-laden air rises from the Amazon basin, cooling as it climbs the Andean slopes, and condenses into a living fog that nourishes every leaf, moss, and epiphyte. The result is a realm of astonishing biodiversity, where every branch and crevice teems with life. Among the emerald shadows, the elusive spectacled bear roams, South America's only native bear. Its pale facial markings like a mask help it blend into the dappled light, making sightings rare and magical. Unlike its carnivorous cousins of the north, the spectacled bear is a gentle forager, thriving on a diet of bromeliads, palm hearts, and wild fruits. Its digestive system is uniquely adapted to break down tough plant fibers, allowing it to exploit food sources few others can. When the forest's fruiting trees are heavy with bounty, these bears ascend with surprising agility, their curved claws gripping mossy trunks as they search for ripe treasures high above the forest floor. In the meadows above, they graze on tender shoots, always alert to the shifting seasons. A mother bear, fiercely protective, shepherds her cubs through the tangled undergrowth. The cubs, curious and playful, learn to climb and forage under her watchful gaze, their survival dependent on her vigilance in a world where danger can come from above or below. These bears are masters of their mountainous domain, traversing steep slopes and dense thickets with silent determination. Their movements are guided by the rhythms of fruiting trees and the subtle cues of the forest, a testament to their deep connection with this landscape. The air itself vibrates with the energy of hummingbirds, nature's living jewels. The sword-billed hummingbird with its impossibly long beak is perfectly matched to the tubular flowers that bloom in the mist, a marvel of co-evolution. Over 130 species of hummingbird flash through the canopy, each adapted to a specific niche. Some hover at the edge of waterfalls, others dart between orchids and bromeliads, their iridescent feathers catching the filtered sunlight. Their hearts beat at a dizzying pace, and to sustain this, they must feed almost constantly, drinking nectar from hundreds of flowers each day. Their tongues, split and fringed, lap up the sugary liquid with astonishing speed. Competition is fierce. Hummingbirds defend their feeding territories with aerial acrobatics, chasing rivals in dazzling mid-air duels that play out in bursts of color and sound. In their relentless quest for nectar, they become vital pollinators, transferring pollen from blossom to blossom and ensuring the next generation of cloud forest plants. Below, swift rivers carve through the forest, their waters born from the constant drizzle and sudden downpours that define this ecosystem. These rivers are lifelines, shaping the land and sustaining countless forms of life. In the roaring white water, the torrent duck makes its home. Sleek and streamlined, it is built for a life in perpetual motion, thriving where few birds dare to venture. Torrent ducks navigate the rapids with ease, their bodies pressed low against the current, diving beneath the surface to snatch insect larvae clinging to submerged rocks. Their oversized webbed feet act as natural paddles, anchoring them against the torrent. Their waterproof plumage and keen eyesight allow them to hunt in the churning, crystal-clear water. Even the ducklings, mere hours old, are swept into the current, instinctively paddling through the rapids, their survival a testament to the power of adaptation. Yet these river specialists face mounting threats. Introduced trout outcompete native species for food, while dams disrupt the natural flow, fragmenting habitats and altering the delicate balance of the ecosystem. The cloud forest is a mosaic of microclimates, each valley, ridge and ravine hosting its own unique community. Orchids and bromeliads cling to every surface, their roots drawing sustenance from the ever-present mist, while frogs and insects thrive in the damp, sheltered understory. In the treetops, black-mantled tamarins leap from branch to branch, their social bonds reinforced by constant communication. Their sharp eyes scan for fruit, insects, and the subtle signs of predators. These tamarins often travel alongside other monkey species, forming mixed troops that increase their chances of finding food and spotting danger in the tangled canopy. Flashes of turquoise and gold reveal the presence of the turquoise jay and the many-banded aracari, their calls echoing through the mist as they forage for fruit and insects, adding vibrant color to the green expanse. On the forest floor, the ocellated tapaculo darts through the leaf litter, its spotted plumage blending perfectly with the dappled light. Though rarely seen, its resonant song carries far, a hidden presence in the undergrowth. Every species, from the smallest orchid bee to the largest bear, is woven into the intricate web of the cloud forest. Here, life is shaped by water, mist, and the ceaseless interplay of adaptation and survival, a living tapestry, ever-changing and endlessly rich. Section 6. The páramo, the world above the trees. Rising above the last gnarled trees at altitudes where the air thins and the world opens wide, the páramo reveals itself. A realm suspended between earth and sky, unique to the Andes of South America. Here, the weather is a living force. Sunlight blazes with ultraviolet intensity, only to be swallowed moments later by racing clouds and sudden storms. Winds sweep ceaselessly across the open grasslands, sculpting the land and chilling the air. In a single afternoon, the páramo can shift from dazzling brightness to icy rain or hail, its moods unpredictable and often extreme. These rapid changes shape every living thing that calls this place home. Despite the harshness, the páramo is a tapestry of life. Its plants and animals are not just survivors, they are specialists, each finely tuned to the rhythms and rigors of this high-altitude world. The ground is alive with a mosaic of mosses, cushion plants, and flowering herbs, their forms compact and resilient, conserving warmth and moisture in the cold, thin air. Many páramo plants have evolved remarkable adaptations, thick waxy leaves to reduce water loss, and rosette shapes that funnel precious moisture to their roots. Some, like the iconic frailejones, are cloaked in silvery hairs, shielding them from frost and ultraviolet rays. Frailejones, or big monks, stand sentinel across the landscape, their woolly leaves trapping warmth and moisture, growing slowly, sometimes just a centimetre a year, in the relentless cold. Underfoot, a living carpet of mosses and cushion plants acts as a vast sponge, soaking up rain and mist, storing water in a landscape where every drop is precious. This natural reservoir releases water slowly, feeding countless streams and rivers that descend to the valleys below, sustaining life far beyond the páramo itself. The páramo is a vital water tower, its spongy soils and plants regulating the flow of fresh water for millions of people and for the forests, farms, and cities at lower elevations. Above the grasslands, the skies belong to aerial giants. The Andean condor, with its immense wingspan, rides the updrafts, searching for carrion across the open plains. The carunculated caracara, a striking raptor, patrols the páramo, ever watchful for small mammals and insects. Even the world's smallest birds thrive here. The Ecuadorian hill star hummingbird, wrapped in dense plumage, braves the cold to sip nectar from hardy chuquiragua flowers, its wings beating furiously in the thin air. Amphibians, too, have found a niche. The páramo rain frog, perfectly camouflaged among moss and lichen, emerges during the wettest months, its life cycle synchronized with the unpredictable rains. The páramo's animal residents are equally specialized. The Andean snipe, with its cryptic plumage, forages in the saturated ground, while small rodents tunnel beneath the moss, insulated from the biting wind. The Culpio fox, a master of adaptation, prowls the open grasslands, its thick fur a shield against the cold, its keen senses tuned to the faintest movement of prey. Whether hunting rodents or scavenging for carrion, the Culpio is a constant presence, its survival a testament to the páramo's hidden abundance. Even large mammals have carved out a place here. Wild horses, descendants of those brought centuries ago, graze in loose bands, their forms rugged and sure-footed on the uneven ground. Over generations these horses have adapted to the thin air and sparse forage, becoming a wild and enduring symbol of the páramo's resilience. Their presence, along with the soaring condors and elusive foxes, adds a sense of untamed freedom to this windswept world above the trees. The páramo is a place of extremes and of balance, a living mosaic where every species, from the smallest moss to the mightiest condor, plays a role in sustaining this high-altitude sanctuary. Here, above the trees, life endures, adapts and flourishes against all odds. Section 7. Giants of the High Andes. Here, where the land scrapes the sky, the Andes rise in a breathtaking display of geological power. These mountains are the backbone of South America, forged by the relentless collision of tectonic plates, their summits crowned with glaciers and their slopes carved by ancient rivers. The páramo, a unique high-altitude grassland, stretches between the peaks, a world of wind, mist and silence, where only the hardiest life survives. Soaring effortlessly above this stark landscape is the Andean condor, the undisputed monarch of the high Andes. With each powerful beat of its wings it commands the thin air, gliding on invisible currents that spiral up from sun-warmed cliffs. The Andean condor is the world's largest raptor, its wings stretching over 3 meters from tip to tip. Its keen vision pierces the haze, searching for the faintest sign of life or death far below. Masters of flight, condors ride the thermals rising from sun-baked rocks, conserving energy as they traverse the endless valleys and sheer cliffs. They can remain aloft for hours, barely moving a feather, their silhouettes etched against the clouds. At altitudes reaching 6,000 meters, the condor's endurance is legendary. It is a creature built for the extremes, thriving where oxygen is scarce and the cold bites deep. Condors are scavengers, their survival tied to the cycles of life and death that play out on the mountainsides. With eyesight many times sharper than our own, they can spot a carcass from kilometers away, descending in slow, spiraling arcs. As nature's cleanup crew, condors prevent disease and recycle nutrients, ensuring the health of this fragile ecosystem. Their presence is a testament to the interconnectedness of all life in the Andes. These birds are built for longevity, sometimes living half a century or more, yet their slow reproduction, one chick every 2 or 3 years, makes them vulnerable to even the smallest threats. High on inaccessible cliffs, a condor pair will nurture a single chick, fiercely protecting it from the elements and predators. The chick's survival is a delicate balance dependent on the stability of the entire mountain ecosystem. When a carcass is discovered, it becomes a gathering point for a host of scavengers, each adapted to the harsh realities of high-altitude life. Among the first to arrive is the carunculated caracara, a bold, intelligent raptor with striking facial wattles. Agile and opportunistic, it weaves between the giants, snatching morsels with quick, calculated movements. The caracara is a true survivor, thriving on a varied diet. It hunts insects and rodents, scavenges remains, and even eats seeds, adapting to whatever the unforgiving páramo provides. On the windswept plains, the vicuña stands as a symbol of grace and resilience. This delicate ungulate, a wild cousin of the llama, is perfectly adapted to the thin air and biting cold. Its golden fleece is the finest in the world, each fiber trapping warmth against the chill. The vicuña's keen senses and swift legs are its only defense against predators in this open, exposed world. Once nearly lost to relentless hunting, vicuñas have rebounded thanks to strict protection. Their return is a rare conservation triumph in a region where survival is never guaranteed. Today, small family groups graze the páramo, their tight bonds and constant vigilance a testament to the challenges of mountain life. Their presence is a living reminder that, with care and respect, even the most vulnerable species can reclaim their place in the wild tapestry of the Andes. In this world of giants, even the smallest creatures have evolved extraordinary strategies. The hummingbird, a jewel of the high Andes, flits among alpine flowers, its wings a blur against the icy air. The Ecuadorian hill star is a marvel of adaptation, living at altitudes where few birds dare to venture. It feeds on nectar from hardy mountain blooms, its metabolism racing to generate warmth. As night falls and temperatures plunge, the hill star faces a deadly challenge. To survive, it seeks out a sheltered nook, tucking itself away from the biting wind. Here it enters a state of torpor, its heart rate and body temperature dropping to near freezing. In this suspended animation, the hummingbird endures the long, frigid hours until dawn. With the first rays of sunlight, the hill star awakens, its tiny body warming as the mountains come alive once more. In the high Andes, survival is a daily triumph, a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of life at the edge of the world. Section 8. The Looming Threats of a Changing World. Beneath the emerald canopy of Ecuador's Amazon, a silent struggle unfolds. Though these forests seem boundless and untouched, they are under siege from forces both visible and unseen. The relentless expansion of oil exploration carves deep wounds into the land as drilling sites and access roads fracture the once continuous wilderness. Each incursion brings with it a cascade of consequences: deforestation, chemical pollution, and the slow unraveling of ancient ecological networks. As the forest is cleared for oil, the scars widen. Vast tracts are transformed into pasture and farmland, fragmenting habitats that once stretched unbroken for hundreds of miles. In these shrinking islands of green, squirrel monkeys leap between isolated trees, and jaguars prowl the edges, their territories shrinking with every passing year. The loss of connectivity spells disaster for species that depend on vast unbroken ranges to survive. The Andes, towering above the rainforest, face a different but equally grave threat. Here, the effects of climate change are written in ice and stone. Glaciers that have crowned the equatorial volcanoes for millennia are vanishing at a pace never before recorded. The Chimborazo Glacier, once a gleaming beacon visible for miles, has retreated dramatically, its meltwaters dwindling with each passing season. The consequences ripple far beyond the mountaintops. As the glaciers shrink, the páramo, a unique high-altitude grassland, begins to dry. This ecosystem, with its spongy mosses and water-storing plants, acts as a natural reservoir, slowly releasing water to the rivers and valleys below. Without the steady drip of glacial melt, the páramo's delicate balance is threatened. In the dry season, rivers that once surged with glacial runoff now dwindle to a trickle. The páramo's mosses, once lush and vibrant, begin to wither. The land cracks and the threat of desertification looms, a process that could transform this vibrant grassland into a barren expanse, unable to sustain the life that depends on it. The interconnectedness of these threats is profound. Deforestation in the Amazon disrupts the formation of rain clouds, altering weather patterns that reach far into the Andes. As rainfall becomes erratic, both rainforest and mountain ecosystems are pushed to their limits. The stress of a warming climate compounds the damage, weakening forests already battered by habitat loss. Unique case studies reveal the depth of these challenges. The torrent duck, a master of fast-flowing Andean rivers, finds its habitat fragmented by dams, its future uncertain as water levels drop. The spectacled bear, South America's only bear species, is forced to wander ever farther in search of food as agricultural fields replace its forest home. The scarlet macaw, a symbol of the Amazon's vibrancy, faces the loss of its essential clay licks as oil contamination seeps into the soil. Yet within these embattled landscapes, nature's resilience endures. In the Amazon, secondary forests begin to reclaim abandoned clearings, and rare orchids bloom in the dappled light of regrowth. In the páramo, ancient cushion plants cling to life, their roots holding precious moisture even as the air grows drier. These pockets of recovery offer hope, but their survival is far from guaranteed. The fate of Ecuador's wild places now hangs in the balance. The choices made today by governments, industries, and communities will determine whether these ecosystems endure or fade into memory. The intricate web of life, woven over millions of years, is being tested as never before. Its resilience is remarkable, but not infinite. The story of Ecuador's Amazon and Andes is a story of both warning and hope, a testament to the power of nature and the urgent need to protect it before it is too late. Section 9. A treasure worth protecting. Deep in the heart of Ecuador, the Amazon unfurls as a living masterpiece, an ancient realm where every leaf, every drop of water, and every whisper of wind tells a story millions of years in the making. This is not merely a forest, but a vast, breathing archive of life's ingenuity. Here the glass frog's transparent body is a marvel of adaptation, while the elusive jaguar, a silent guardian, keeps the balance of predator and prey. Each species is a chapter in a story of survival, resilience, and interdependence. The Amazon's tangled web of life is a living laboratory, where plants and animals have evolved extraordinary strategies to thrive. Orchids mimic insects to attract pollinators, while lianas bridge the forest, creating highways for monkeys and sloths. Even the smallest creatures play vital roles. Leaf-cutter ants cultivate underground gardens, recycling nutrients and aerating the soil. Poison dart frogs, with their dazzling hues, are both predator and prey, their toxins a defense honed by generations. The ceibo tree, a giant among giants, anchors the ecosystem, its roots stabilizing the soil and its branches sheltering countless species. During the rainy season, the forest transforms, rivers swell, and fish navigate through submerged groves, dispersing seeds and nutrients. Apex predators like the harpy eagle maintain the delicate balance, while butterflies and bees ensure the next generation of plants. Every interaction is a thread in a tapestry that, if unraveled, could never be rewoven. The Amazon is a climate engine, its trees exhaling oxygen and drawing down carbon, its waters cycling nutrients and sustaining life far beyond its borders. River dolphins, once thought mythical, glide through its labyrinthine waterways, a testament to the mysteries still hidden here. Within this green expanse lie secrets yet to be discovered, plants with the power to heal, genetic blueprints for crops that could feed a changing world, and chemical compounds that may one day cure disease. Conservation here is not just about saving species, it is about preserving the processes that sustain life itself. Macaws disperse seeds, bromeliads cradle entire communities of insects and amphibians. Each action ripples outward, shaping the future. Ecuador's protected reserves are sanctuaries for rare and endangered species, places where the ancient rhythms of the forest continue undisturbed. Here, turtles that have survived since the age of dinosaurs still bask in the sun, reminders of a world that predates humanity. At night, the forest awakens anew. Tapirs roam in search of fruit, while bats pollinate flowers that bloom only in darkness, ensuring the cycle of life continues unbroken. The Amazon's resilience is legendary, but it is not infinite. Fungi decompose the dead, returning nutrients to the soil, but even these ancient recyclers cannot keep pace with destruction wrought by unchecked deforestation. Conservationists in Ecuador are pioneering new strategies, creating corridors that reconnect fragmented habitats, allowing jaguars and other wide-ranging species to roam and thrive. Restoration projects breathe new life into degraded lands, reviving wetlands and rivers, and bringing back species once thought lost. Each success story is a beacon of hope for the future. The future of Ecuador's Amazon depends on our ability to learn from nature's wisdom, to respect its limits, and to act with urgency and care. Every sapling planted, every hectare protected is an investment in a living legacy. The Amazon is not just a treasure for Ecuador, but for the entire planet, a source of inspiration, a reservoir of life, and a promise of discoveries yet to come. Its protection is not a luxury, but a necessity for the health and hope of all life on Earth. Gap 3's, Section 10, the lifeblood of the Amazon. Flowing through the heart of Ecuador's Amazon are its rivers, an intricate network of arteries that sustain an extraordinary diversity of life. These waterways are more than just channels of water. They are dynamic systems that shape the landscape, nurture ecosystems, and connect habitats in a seamless web of life. Gap 2s. The Amazon River and its countless tributaries carve through dense forests, creating a mosaic of habitats. These rivers are the lifeblood of the rainforest, providing essential nutrients and supporting a myriad of species. From the swift currents of the Napo River to the tranquil Oxbow Lakes, each aquatic environment hosts a unique community of organisms. Gap 2s. Beneath the surface, the waters teem with life. Electric eels navigate the murky depths, using their bioelectric fields to hunt and communicate. Piranhas, often misunderstood, play a crucial role in maintaining the balance of fish populations. In the shallows, tiny neon tetras flash their iridescent colors, a vibrant spectacle against the green backdrop of aquatic plants. Gap 2s. The riverbanks are alive with activity. Capybaras, the world's largest rodents, graze on the lush vegetation, while caimans bask in the sun, their eyes just above the waterline, ever watchful. Birds like the Amazon kingfisher dive with precision, emerging with fish clutched in their beaks, showcasing the seamless interaction between land and water. Gap 2s. During the rainy season, the rivers overflow their banks, transforming the forest into a vast, flooded labyrinth. This seasonal inundation is vital for dispersing seeds and nutrients, rejuvenating the soil, and creating temporary aquatic habitats where fish spawn and juvenile creatures find refuge. The floodwaters connect isolated tree stands, allowing species to migrate and genetic diversity to flourish. Gap 2s. Unique adaptations abound in this watery world. The pink river dolphin, or boto, navigates effortlessly through submerged forests, its flexible neck allowing it to maneuver around obstacles. These dolphins are not only remarkable in their appearance, but also in their role as indicators of river health. Their presence signals a thriving ecosystem, while their absence can be a warning of ecological imbalance. Gap 2s. The rivers also sculpt the landscape, eroding banks and depositing sediments that create fertile floodplains. These dynamic processes shape the terrain, forming new habitats and sustaining old ones. Sandbars emerge, providing nesting grounds for turtles, while fallen trees become nurseries for fish and invertebrates. Gap 2s. Yet these vital waterways face threats from pollution, dam construction, and deforestation. Sediment runoff from mining and agriculture clouds the waters, disrupting the delicate balance of life. Conservation efforts are crucial to protect these rivers, ensuring that they continue to sustain the rich biodiversity of the Amazon. Gap 2s. Innovative conservation strategies are being implemented. Sustainable fishing practices help maintain fish populations, while community-led initiatives aim to reduce pollution and restore degraded riverbanks. Protecting these rivers is not just about preserving their beauty, but about safeguarding the intricate web of life they support. Gap 2s. The rivers of the Ecuadorian Amazon are more than just water. They are the veins that pulse with the lifeblood of the rainforest. Their protection is essential for the health of the entire ecosystem. As we strive to understand and preserve these waterways, we ensure that the Amazon continues to thrive, a testament to the resilience and wonder of nature. Gap 3s. Join us as we continue to explore the wonders of Ecuador's Amazon, where every drop of water, every ripple, and every current tells a story of life's intricate dance. Gap 2s. As the sun sinks below the emerald canopy, the Amazon undergoes a profound transformation. Shadows deepen and a hush falls over the riverbanks. But this stillness is an illusion. Night in the rainforest is a time of awakening. A hidden world comes alive, pulsing with activity and drama beneath the cover of darkness. Gap 2s. The air shimmers with the chorus of nocturnal insects. Cicadas and katydids fill the humid night with their rhythmic calls, while tree frogs, camouflaged among dripping leaves, add their melodic trills to the symphony. High above, The flutter of translucent wings betrays the presence of bats, nature's aerial hunters. They weave through the tangled branches, using echolocation to snatch moths and beetles mid-flight, their silhouettes darting like phantoms against the moonlit sky. Gap twos. Along the forest floor, eyes gleam in the undergrowth. Ocelots and jaguarundis, stealthy, solitary cats, emerge to stalk prey, their padded paws silent on the damp earth. The leaf litter rustles as armadillos and opossums forage for insects and fallen fruit, their sensitive noses guiding them through the labyrinth of roots and shadows. Gap twos. In the flooded shallows, caimans glide silently, their eyes glowing red in the beam of moonlight. They lie in wait for unsuspecting fish or amphibians, masters of patience and surprise. Meanwhile, pink river dolphins navigate the inky waters, their clicks and whistles echoing through the submerged forest, continuing their search for food in the darkness. Gap twos. Above, the nocturnal birds begin their haunting serenade. The potu, with its haunting, echoing call, melts into the contours of a broken branch, while the spectacled owl surveys the forest with unblinking eyes, ready to swoop on small mammals below. Gap twos. Nighttime in the rainforest demands special adaptations. Many creatures possess heightened senses, keen hearing, extraordinary night vision, or even the ability to sense heat. Bioluminescent fungi glow faintly on decaying logs, guiding insects and illuminating the forest floor with an otherworldly light. Gap twos. For some, the darkness is a protective cloak. Tiny leaf-mimic katydids and stick insects venture out to feed, their shapes and colors blending seamlessly with the night. Predators, in turn, have evolved acute senses to pierce the veil of darkness, maintaining the delicate balance of this nocturnal ecosystem. Gap twos. As dawn approaches, the forest gradually quiets, the night's hunters retreat, and diurnal creatures stir once more. Yet the mysteries of the Amazon's nocturnal world linger, a reminder that the rainforest's wonders never truly sleep. They simply shift with the turning of the earth. Gap threes. In the Amazon, every night is a new chapter, written in shadows and illuminated by the subtle glow of life after dark. Gap twos. As daylight returns and the nocturnal symphony fades, a deeper story unfolds beneath the emerald canopy, a tale of intricate partnerships and silent struggles. In the Amazon, survival is rarely a solitary endeavor. Instead, life thrives through webs of connection, mutualism, commensalism, and parasitism, linking plants, fungi, and animals in a delicate balance as old as the forest itself. Gap twos. High above, a strangler fig begins its life as a tiny seed, deposited by a fruit-eating toucan onto the branch of a towering kapok tree. The fig's roots descend, enveloping its unwitting host in a slow embrace. While the fig's climb is parasitic, depriving the kapok of light and nutrients, the birds and mammals that feast on its fruit benefit, scattering seeds far and wide, a testament to the complex dance of give and take. Gap twos. On the forest floor, leafcutter ants march in endless columns, carrying pieces of foliage high above their heads. But these industrious insects do not eat the leaves themselves. Instead, they feed them to a subterranean fungus cultivated in vast underground chambers. The ants tend the fungus like farmers, and in return, the fungus provides nourishing food for the colony, a perfect mutualism where both partners flourish only in each other's presence. Gap twos. Not all relationships are so balanced. Hidden beneath the bark of rotting logs, parasitic cordyceps fungi infect unsuspecting insects. Once inside, the fungus slowly takes over its host, compelling it to climb before erupting from its body to release spores. A chilling reminder that in the Amazon, even death feeds new life. Gap twos. Meanwhile, the bromeliads perched on tree branches act as living reservoirs, trapping rainwater in their leaf cups. Frogs lay their eggs in these tiny pools, and insects dart along the water's surface. The bromeliad gains nutrients from the debris and waste left behind, while its guests find shelter and breeding grounds, a classic example of commensalism, where one benefits and the other is left unharmed. Gap 2s. Vines and lianas snake their way toward the canopy, using sturdy tree trunks for support. While the trees bear the weight, they are not harmed. The climbers reach sunlight, and the trees stand tall, a silent agreement played out over decades. Gap 2s. These partnerships, rivalries and silent bargains are the foundation of the rainforest's resilience. Each connection, whether nurturing, neutral, or destructive, shapes the fate of countless species, weaving a living tapestry where every thread matters. Gap 2s. In the Amazon, the story of survival is not just about competition, but about connection. Here, the forest endures, not in spite of these relationships, but because of them. In every corner, life is bound together by invisible ties, an enduring testament to the power of symbiosis in the world's greatest wilderness. Gap 2s. In the heart of the Amazon, time is measured not by months or calendars, but by the rhythm of the rain. Here the year splits in two, the deluge of the wet season and the hush of the dry. Each brings its own trials, and the forest's inhabitants must adapt or perish. Gap 2s. As the rains return, swollen clouds gather over the canopy. Torrents of water transform the forest floor into a labyrinth of streams and flooded pools. Trees drink deeply, their roots anchoring the soil against erosion. Fish, trapped for months in shrinking pools, now surge through newly connected waterways. The pirarucu, a giant of the flooded forest, glides through submerged groves, feasting on fruits that drop from low-hanging branches. For weeks, the line between river and forest blurs, a world reborn in water. Gap 2s. With the abundance of rain, epiphytes burst into bloom, their flowers attracting clouds of butterflies and hummingbirds. Frogs call from hidden perches, their eggs laid in ephemeral ponds. Insects emerge in swarms, providing a feast for birds and bats alike. Life thrives in the abundance, but the clock is always ticking. Gap 2s. As the skies clear and the sun grows fierce, the forest shifts. Rivers recede, leaving behind isolated pools teeming with life. The air grows heavy, the leaf litter dry and crackling underfoot. Trees shed leaves to conserve moisture. Some, like the cecropia, unfurl new growth only after the first rains return. Bromeliads cradle every drop of dew, sustaining tiny worlds in their leafy reservoirs. Gap 2s. Animals adjust their rhythms. Jaguars prowl the shrinking riverbanks, their prey concentrated in ever smaller pockets. Capuchin monkeys forage for hidden tubers and insects, their diets shifting with the seasons. Toucans and macaws follow the ripening of fruiting trees, migrating through the canopy in search of sustenance. Gap 2s. Even the smallest creatures innovate. Leafcutter ants time their fungal harvests to the ebb and flow of moisture, protecting their underground gardens from drought. Poison dart frogs bury their eggs deep in moist soil, awaiting the next deluge. Gap 2s. The Amazon endures through these cycles, a dynamic equilibrium forged by adaptation and resilience. Each season reshapes the landscape, testing the bonds of life that hold the forest together. In the dance of wet and dry, the Amazon reveals its greatest secret, survival. Here is not just about overcoming change, but embracing it. In every drop of rain and every patch of parched earth, the story of the rainforest is written anew. Beneath the towering trees and the riot of color, there exists a world too small for the naked eye, a realm of unseen architects, tireless recyclers, and silent rulers. Here, in the shadows of fallen leaves, on the slick surfaces of moss, and within droplets of rainwater, the Amazon's tiniest inhabitants shape the fate of the forest. Within decaying logs, armies of termites and beetle larvae tunnel ceaselessly, transforming deadwood into rich, fertile soil. Their mandibles break down the toughest fibers, releasing nutrients that fuel the next generation of rainforest giants. Ants, in their countless forms, march in endless columns, some cultivating delicate fungal gardens beneath the earth, others tending herds of sap-sipping insects high in the canopy. But the wonders go smaller still. In the humid air and stagnant pools, clouds of microscopic life flourish. Protozoa whirl through droplets, hunting even tinier prey. Fungi, invisible threads weaving through the soil, form vast underground networks, linking trees in a silent exchange of water, minerals, and chemical messages. On the surface of leaves, minute mites and springtails graze on microscopic algae and detritus, keeping the foliage clean and healthy. Some insects, like the jewel-like orchid bee, carry grains of pollen from flower to flower, ensuring the survival of countless plant species. Others, such as the leaf miner moths, leave intricate trails within the very fabric of leaves, a record of their hidden lives. Each of these micro-creatures plays a vital role. They decompose, pollinate, aerate, and defend. Their endless labor sustains the great cycles of life above. Without them, the Amazon's grand spectacle would grind to a halt. In the hush beneath the leaves, in the shimmer of a dewdrop, the rainforest's true foundation endures, fragile, unseen, and irreplaceable. Here, life's smallest miracles write the Amazon's greatest stories, one microscopic act at a time.